Why? Why? Similar to spatulas, the spoons. Why? Why do I have so many spoons and spatulas? Why? I don't get it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spoons. Should I keep them? What if I need them? Seriously, I'm asking myself this question. Because I don't know. The muffin pans are tripping me up. This may be a bad decision. This may be a bad decision. Am I really gonna use this? There were too many cons with the pros. I don't know if I named any pros with the muffin tins. The first thing that I wanted to mention is I need to go grab a box or a bag, but get your piles ready. I have a trash bag here for anything that is trash. I'm going to get a recycling bin or a grocery bag for recyclables. I'm going to get a cardboard box, preferably a cardboard box for donated items, anything that I'm gonna donate. And then what you're gonna wanna do is potentially get a box or a bin for items that you may want to sell, another bin for items that you want to keep, or you can create a pile, a keep pile. Designate one area for items that you want to keep. Just make sure that you have all of your items ready to go. And also, very important, make sure that you have a bin or box to hold items that you're not quite sure if you want to let go of. So almost like a maybe pile, maybe box, because there may be some items in there that you just are unsure of. Maybe you are going to use it in the future, but you're not using it right now. You're just not ready to let go of it. That's okay. Put it in that maybe pile, but don't stop with the purging process. Keep going through the purging process. Don't get stuck in the purging process. So have that maybe pile ready. And another thing to keep in mind is maybe creating boundaries for that maybe pile. And what I mean by that is you don't want to have a whole counter full of maybe items. Set boundaries for your maybe items, whether that be this small countertop right here. I'm not going to fill this small countertop with any more items than it can hold of items that maybe items, because I'm gonna set boundaries for what I can keep. Whether that be a bin or a box, just set boundaries with those items. So I think what I'm first gonna do to make this go a little bit quicker, and I've done this before when I've decluttered and organized the kitchen, is literally pull everything out. Now, before I do that, I do wanna say that if it is going to be overwhelming for you to look at all of your items all at once, don't pull everything out. Don't do it. If it works better for you to start with one drawer at a time, one cabinet at a time, do it that way. For me, I am gonna pull everything out just because I don't want this to be really drawn out. I want to get this done in a timely manner. So that's why I'm pulling everything out. But when I pull everything out, I'm gonna start from one area and work my way around the kitchen, so I'm not missing anything. So far, this is what the kitchen looks like. Again, if this is going to be overwhelming to pull everything out, don't do this. Don't pull everything out. I am going to go section to section, but if this is, this is overwhelming to look at. I'm not going to lie. This is a lot. What you're going to want to do is start with a drawer or a cabinet. This is a lot of stuff. This isn't even all of it. This is not all of it. Over here, I have all of these are clean dishes. I also still have dishes in here. And what you'll notice is as I was pulling everything out, well, I didn't show what was in here. All of these cabinets are cleared out now, but there was so much stuff all over the place. There was so many items that were mismatched. For example, in this top drawer where I keep silverware. I had utensils in with silverware. I had some plastic containers in here. I still have to go through all of the beverages and the Lazy Susan. There were things mismatched in every single cabinet and drawer, but I still have stuff that I pull out. This is not everything. The only thing I'm not going to go through is where I keep my cleaning products, because I just did this not too long ago in a video. I put all my cleaning products in there. But again, this is the majority of my kitchen, but not everything. This is a lot of stuff. This is a lot. The first thing that I wanted to mention before getting into the video is that this video is going to be primarily talking. This is going to be a very chatty video, especially with this being the first video of the series. So I did want to mention that throughout the series, it's going to be really chatty. I will try to play as much music as I can in other videos of the series, but it's going to be a very chatty series. There's a lot of things that I want to talk about. The reason why I am decluttering and organizing my entire house is because I am over all of my stuff. I don't want all of this stuff anymore. I don't want to have to keep up with all of these things anymore. I want to become as minimalistic as I possibly can. So that's the goal, to become more minimalistic. I don't know if I will ever be able to call myself a minimalist, because there's going to be things that are going to be very difficult for me to let go of. And I'll talk more about that in other videos. But I hope that I can become as minimalistic as I possibly can. And I'm learning about minimalism. I don't know a lot about it. So as I'm learning, I want to discuss that throughout the series, as well as throughout my channel. I'm also going to be talking a lot about decluttering and organizing, all things decluttering and organizing throughout this series. So for the first video though, I really just wanted to talk about what I'm doing in the kitchen. So for the first video, I'm really just discussing and talking about going through and decluttering and organizing the kitchen. A large portion of today's video is not a voiceover. I'm actually just talking with you. I'm not doing a voiceover, but there were certain parts of the video where I am doing a voiceover because I'm trying really hard to multitask. A lot of the times when I'm talking and doing something, I want to stop what I'm doing and just talk. So I started to do that in the beginning of this video filming, but basically I'm holding up a bunch of dishware, and that's the first thing I'm going through right now. The first thing that we're going to do in today's video is go through the dishware, and it drives me nuts because most of all of the dishware doesn't match. So I'm currently looking for a solution to basically get rid of all of my plates, bowls, cups, things like that, and get matching dishware. But until then, I only kept a small amount of dishes. Looking at these bowls right here, I'm only going to keep 2. So these 2 at one point in time had lids that go with them. I think I only have the lid to the bigger one, but I don't use these. I don't need these because I have glass containers now. So, and I'm going to show that a little bit later. These can go, they are getting donated. Now, one of the things that I'm also like right off the bat, and if you see stuff that you know you don't want, you don't use, you don't foresee yourself using, you don't like it, it's not something that you love, you wouldn't buy it again, it goes. And this is something that I probably haven't used in 6 years, but I'm storing it. It's taking up valuable real estate and it's going. So that's moving along. Another bowl that I do not use, it's pretty. Green is my favorite color. I love that it's green, and that's it. That's the only thing I like about this bowl. Think about your stuff. What purpose does it serve? If it's not serving a purpose for you, then do we really need it? It might be pretty. I might like looking at it, but when do I look at it? It's not like I sketch out time in my day to look at the pretty items that I have. Do you know what I mean? So even though something may be aesthetically pleasing, is it worth keeping? Is it worth it taking up valuable space in your home? No, this is not worth it to me. So is it pretty? Yes. Could I come up with a bunch of different ways to use it? You betcha. The gears in my brain are already moving along, but I know I'm not gonna use this. It's not gonna get used and it's time to go. Now, these two bowls, the one that I've been holding, this is a little difficult because I think to myself, what if I have a party or family over and I need these pretty bowls to entertain with? Okay, let me think of the last time I entertained. Well, wasn't that long ago, it was about a month ago. It was a party and I never used these for that party. Okay, now let's think back to another time I entertained, which was about 5 months prior to the last time I entertained. Did I use these? No, I didn't. So here's the thing. Are they pretty? Yeah, I like them. I think they're pretty. Again, am I gonna use them? No. Have I been using them when I'm entertaining? No. Have I in the past? Yeah. But I've used them maybe once or twice in the last years. So again, is it worth keeping and taking up space? These are the questions that I have to ask myself when I'm going through my stuff. You know, do I foresee myself using it? Am I keeping it because I'm thinking of the what if? Would I buy it again? Do I have multiples of it? What purpose is it serving? And if it's not serving a purpose, then it's probably time to go. So the only glass bowl that I am keeping is this one. These muffin tins, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't bake. I'm not a baker. So I don't understand why I have these. But again, I'm looking at these like, these are my only muffin tins. I don't have any other muffin tins, but what if I make muffins again? But I'm not. I don't even remember the last time I made muffins. But what if I do? Should I keep them? What if I need them? Seriously, I'm asking myself this question. Because I don't know. The muffin pans are tripping me up. Don't get stuck in the purging process. So here's what I'm thinking. I keep the big ones and let go of the little ones because the little ones, I don't even know, I don't even remember when I used it last. This one, I may use. This may be a bad decision. This may be a bad decision. Am I really gonna use this? No, you know what? I'm not. If I can't remember the last time I used them and I can't foresee using them again in the future, I buy all my muffins. I know I should make them, but I don't. I buy my muffins and my cupcakes because I don't bake. Goodbye, muffins. There were too many cons with the pros. I don't know if I named any pros with the muffin tins. Those are getting donated. Okay, back to another dilemma. Where's my wood cutting board? Because I want to get rid of that. I don't want a wood one. I think maybe I did get rid of that. I did donate that. So, I have a small plastic cutting board and a large plastic cutting board. This one's looking rough, this purple one. So I am gonna get rid of the purple one because I don't see, I need a new one. This one is melted, the side of it is melted. It's pretty beat up. So I am gonna I should just recycle that. I'm gonna recycle that. I am gonna keep this one because I do like the smaller ones for just cutting up small stuff, but I do need a plastic cutting board. So like a bigger one. Or do I? I don't know. Dilemma. These are my only 2 serving trays. I don't use this one, but I do use this one. So this one I'm keeping and this one I'm getting rid of. Oh, I forgot about the top. Oh, why? I'll have to get to the top of above the refrigerator. That's, no. Okay. Calm, cool, collected. Let's keep going. Honest, the old me would be like, keep these. I'll do a DIY project with them. No, I won't. They'll sit. And a lot of my DIY crafting and projects and things that I'm using supposedly in the future for crafting and making DIY projects, I've placed in my mudroom. No, that's not a good idea. Because all I'm doing is I'm putting more stuff into that mudroom again. Because all of my DIY stuff was in the 4th season. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that. Now, it's not horrible, but I am stopping a habit. I am stopping a domino effect. And the domino effect is once I have a place cleared out, I start to fill it again. And that's exactly what I did in this kitchen. Now, to be honest with you, when I first did this, I didn't really get rid of a lot of stuff. I got rid of what I thought was a lot of stuff, but really in reality, it wasn't. So I end up, when I find an empty space, and do you notice that we tend to do this too? When we see an empty space, we think we need to fill it. We feel the need to fill up an empty space. It is okay to have an empty space and to have it there if you absolutely need it, but you don't have to fill up every empty space. And I notice that that is a habit with me. When I see something empty, I fill it. When I see something that I can do something with it, like I have all of these ideas, so I hang on to it to make something, to repurpose something, but when do I ever do it? Especially now, I don't have the time. So these hand towels, this isn't even just the seasonal and holiday hand towels that I have. My mother, she has more hand towels than anyone that I know. And sometimes they get passed down to me. And I love the holiday and seasonal hand towels, but a large majority of those that I will be going through when the holidays come around. And I will be either giving it back, or she can tell me to donate the ones she doesn't want back. But I have these. I have this and this. I have this and this. These are more hand towels. I have this, 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 and I want to say I have more. I have so many hand towels that I don't know what to do with all of them. And again, me creating a boundary. So basically there will be one drawer that will hold my hand towels and my microfiber cloths, period. So whatever does not fit in that drawer goes. This was a set. I don't know where the small one is. Again, it might be above the refrigerator. I still have to go through that. That'll be fun. But I am keeping these, but what I am not keeping is this one. I don't need it. So as much as I love these, I already have enough pans, so I am gonna donate these. Underneath the stove. I forgot about the stove. So these are, hold on. So these are new. Again, I've way too many. How many did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of these types of pans. I think. I'm counting that this one. I'm counting this one too as one of these. So here's 3 in my hand, plus the 2 red ones, that's 5, plus the 2 that had the like bubbles on the bottom. So yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Who needs 7 of these? So
I guess we do.
I guess we do too. What I'm thinking, I like these pans, but then that means that, what do I need this one for? I don't need this one. So that one's going. So that leaves me with 3 pots, that pan, and then these 2 pans. All right, bundt pans. Here's this one to make angel food cake, and there's a large one and a small one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've used maybe the big one, this middle one, once. Not kidding. I'm getting rid of them. Now, if you make bundt cakes and you make angel food cake and you bake all the time, go for it, keep it. I've used this middle one maybe once. These have been sitting in my kitchen from my old house to this house. I've had them for about 6-7 years, used it once. Next is the crock pot. We use the crock pot a lot, so I am gonna keep that. I also am gonna keep this small one because we use this one for like dips. So those are the things that are staying. I'm gonna put all of this stuff away. And then I'm gonna show you the whole kitchen once it's done. But I'm gonna go into the top cabinet here above my refrigerator. Before I decluttered and organized the mudroom, I sometimes would place donated items in bags or boxes, and I would let them sit in the house, and then I would forget about them, and then they would sit in the house for a long time before I ended up donating them. So Ever since I decluttered and organized the mudroom, every time I start placing items in a donated box or bag, I immediately put it into the back of my car. So the next time I run errands, all of these items will already be in my vehicle. I can stop and get them donated. Why? 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 So, who needs this many spatulas? I think this is plenty. And then the spring one I'll keep, but that'll be seasonal. Similar to spatulas, the spoons. Why? Why do I have so many spoons and spatulas? Why? I don't get it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spoons. Is this still too much? Having 4? Is that still too much? We'll just keep these. The utensil drawer and the silverware drawer were bad. They were really bad, as you can tell with my 10,000 spoons and spatulas. It was bad. One of the things that I wish I would have done differently with this video was showing you some of the areas, at least some of the areas, before I pulled everything out. I was so excited to start decluttering and organizing this kitchen that I didn't do that. So I have noted that for the next couple of, well, the next videos in the series to at least show you at least some of the areas before pulling everything out, because I would have liked to have shown you what the utensil and silverware drawer looked like. It was bad. It was all over the place. So was a lot of the other areas in the kitchen. So I will make sure to do that in other videos throughout the series. One of the things that I kept mentioning is I want to label and micro-organize as much as I possibly can. So in the kitchen, there really wasn't a whole lot for me to micro-organize or label just because everything is really out. I kept moving the food products around the kitchen. I'm trying to make things as functional as possible. So the DIY pantry became the snack shelf. The snack drawer is completely empty. And then I moved all of the food products, pantry-like items, into one of the cabinets in the kitchen. And then I kept the breakfast cabinet alone. And then you're gonna see it in the other cabinet next to the microwave. That's where I'm keeping all of the containers that have food products in it. So I'm trying to make things as functional as possible. I'm also realizing that my family organizes better with macro organizing. It's really just me that works better with micro organizing. So I think when it comes to my stuff, I will micro organize as much as I can. But when it comes to other items in the home, honestly, macro organizing works better for my family. So I'm starting to realize that. But I did try to, anything that didn't have containers, I really couldn't label just because they were out in the open, and I don't want labels out on my cabinets or on my drawers. So I do have to figure out a better system for the pantry-like items. I've tried putting them in bins before and I didn't like it. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do, because I would like to put them in containers and label them. So that's a future project. So the first thing that I wanted to show you right away was the front of the kitchen where the appliances were being held, the new dishes for the animals. That's where the animals' dishes are all going to be instead of the recycling and garbage bin. Those bins will now be underneath the sink. I just have a round rubber bucket for recycling, and then I've just been keeping a garbage bag out in the open. But I do have to get smaller recycling bins and a smaller garbage bin to put underneath the sink, because that's where I would like it. I want it hidden. But wow, what a transformation. Massive transformation. More than anything, I want to talk about how I felt when I was done. I feel happy. When I was done with this kitchen, the first thing I felt was happy and excited. I was so excited about this kitchen. It felt so good to have clear counters, to have barely anything in my cabinets, just to have less stuff. The only cabinet that has a lot of stuff is where the pantry-like items are, which again, I have to figure that area out, as well as the breakfast cabinet. But it feels so good to have all of my stuff simple, minimal. It's like a weight off of my shoulders. And to be able to maintain this, I feel is going to be very easy. I feel like it's going to be so much better to keep up with and manage my things now that I have less things. I wasn't expecting to feel this way. I honestly was scared. I was nervous that all of these things are now gone, and all of these thoughts ran through my head. What if I needed these things? What if I threw out something that was a gift or sentimental? Or what if I miss it? I don't know. All of these thoughts, all of these concerns ran through my head once I was done with the kitchen. But then I walked in there and started filming the kitchen like this, and I was excited. I was happy. It felt good. I have a feeling like this change I am going to want to make throughout the rest of my house. I am now motivated to literally do exactly this to the rest of my house. I don't think I'm going to miss any of this stuff. I think this is going to be a really good change. I think that I will have much more time to spend on the things that matter versus trying to keep up with all of my stuff. I am so excited to do this throughout my house and to move forward with this series. The next video, we are working on the bedrooms. We are going through laundry. Laundry is going to be the next biggest thing. That probably honestly is the biggest item. I probably should have worked on the bedrooms first, worked on the laundry in the bedrooms, but the kitchen was really bothering me. So that will be the next video. I am super excited to start working on that. I will be discussing more about decluttering and organizing. Like I stated earlier, we're going to be diving deep. So I am really excited about that. I really hope that you enjoyed today's very talkative video. I am sorry. I really am. There's too much. There's too much that I want to say to you. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is that I have been waiting for this channel. Most importantly, I have been waiting to talk with all of you. I've been waiting. There's so much that I want to share with you. There's so much that I want to say. I have so many ideas running through my head. There's just so much, and I know that it can be a lot. I know that I'm a lot. I'm a lot. The last thing that I want for you to feel when you come to my channel is to feel overwhelmed. That's not at all what I want. I know that I can go, clearly I go on and on and on, but I hope that you know that it comes from a good place. It comes from a really good place in my heart. That's why I talk so much, and I just appreciate you so much. So thank you so much for being here with me today. I cannot wait for the next video, and we will talk to you then. Bye, everyone.